Good morning, Sports and Coffee. I'm playing Big Country Time Sports. This is baseball time from the book. So again, playing the rules as written book. However, again, Rodney with a brilliant idea. Instead of using bench and bullpen now that we have starting rosters, when you get into extra innings, just go back up to inning 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 and use your relief pitchers. So, duh. So, absolutely perfect way to continue extra innings with the full rosters. So, outstanding. This is why it's great to have a community and to share and be an open game designer because, sometimes 2, 3, 4 heads are better than one. So, today we're going to play Game 5 of the 1927 World Series. The Yankees are up 3-1, so the Yankees have a chance here in Forbes Field to win the World Series in the Patriots at Forbes Field. Pirates Forbes Fields. And we're going to also, if it gets into extra innings, we're going to be able to go right back to the top for the 10th inning, 11th inning, 12th inning. And of course, we would be using then for those the relief pitchers. I've also got closers here, although I don't know how I would do that. But the point is, I haven't thought about it, but I am going to play Game 5. This, again, it's a 7-game series, but if the Yankees win this, it's over. The Yankees will have won the 27 series. In real life, of course, the Yankees swept them in 4 games as one of the greatest teams of all time, having won 110 games that year. So anyway, all right, here we go. So first up is Combs, the center fielder. He is facing Kramer, who is a 2+, so we're looking at a -1 at bat for Combs. Let's see if Combs produces any runs for the Yankees in this Game 5. For he has a plus rate. If he has a plus rating, he could produce multiple runs. He does not. So inning 1 for the Yankees is a 0. All right, Lloyd Wainer, center fielder, is up for them starting versus Hoyt. And he is a -2. He needs a 5 or a 6 to produce 2. He will not. So, first inning out of the way. Next up is Koenig, shortstop, facing Kramer. It's going to be a 0, 2 versus 2. The shortstop, Koenig, begins the murderer's row here. And again, if he's a plus player, he could have a shot at extra runs, but he does not. He is not. Barnhart, 2 versus 2, is also a 0 here, as the left fielder Barnhart at bat 4 is going to score a run. The Pirates at home crowd on their feet as Barnhart and crew bring in a run. All right, third inning is Babe Ruth. He's a 4+, so he's going to be at a 2+, a 2 on the chart. If I roll a plus, Babe Ruth has a chance to have a big inning for his Yankees. And 5 on 2 is 1. Nope, but Babe Ruth's going to tie the game, folks. By either knocking somebody in or getting on base and somebody behind him again. We don't know. It's abstracted, but somehow Babe Ruth is responsible for a run. Maybe, I would guess, a home run. All right, the Pirates. Next up is Paul Wainer. The beginning of the heart of their lineup. He is a 4 versus 2, so he's a +2. Up off the table. And for those betting, 4 is going to be another run. So the Pirates, Barnhart gets him a score. Now Paul Wainer gets him a score. It is 2-1. But it is the great Lou Gehrig, first baseman of the Yankees. Here again, we're in the heart of the murderer's row. Gehrig with a +2. He is a plus player. So if I can roll a 3 or a 6, there could be multiple runs scored here. No, Gehrig's had just stoned by Kramer. Oh my God, I can imagine that's a fly out maybe, or a pop fly. I don't know. It just seems so anticlimactic. All right, the shortstop is a 4 versus, so he's a +2. Wright is not a plus batter. 4. He's gonna put up another run. The Pirates are threatening the Yankees. They're gonna make this a series, folks. The Pirates have scored 3 runs in a row. And now we're looking at Bob Musial. He's a 4. He's a +2, but he's not a plus player. 6. There it is. That would have been, so Babe Ruth or Luke Gehrig would have had a chance to add runs. Musial, as it is, just gets 2. And I say just. Musial responsible for 2 runs. And folks, it is 3-3. So just like that, Murderer's Row knots the game. Here we go. Trainer, the third baseman of the Pirates, is a 4. He's at a +2. And he is going to fail to score. And here he is, folks, Lazzeri. He won game 1 for these guys in Pittsburgh with a home run and a single. He is a 3+. He's going to be looking at 1. If I roll a 3, a 4, he can get plus runs. 4, he's going to score 1+. Now we roll again. If I roll a 1, 2, or 4, those are extra runs. Oh, 6. So he gets 1 and takes the lead. If I had rolled a 4, that would be like that would have been like a grand slam. If you roll a 4, right? He would have somehow, some way in that inning there would have been a grand slam. But holy cow, 1, 2, 3, 4, or he could start off small ball. 1, 2, 3, 4 to 3. Lazzeri does get a run though, giving the Yankees the lead. Again, the Yankees have, I won't say more to lose. The Pittsburgh could lose the entire series, but the Yankees want to wrap this up. Grantham, the second baseman, is up. He is a -1 against Hoyt. And he's going to get 1+. He's not a plus player, but look at this, folks. We may see extra innings, and we'll get to play it the way Rodney suggests in the book, right? Just go back up to the lineup, use the relief pitcher. So good. Dugan, third baseman for the Yankees, is up at a -1. Oh, nothing there for Dugan. Oh my God, Harris is a 2, first baseman. So they actually have a strong 7 and 8, and their pitcher is a 0. So most pitchers are 0s, but they have a strong 7 and 8 hitter here. So this is where the Pirates can actually make up ground if they suffer at the heart of the Yankees lineup. So Harris at a 2 versus 2. This is going to be Harris is a 2 versus 2, so 0 and 1. Nope, Harris won't get it. And now we would actually technically use the relief pitcher. So if I go back to game 1, Hoyt has 7 innings. That would be considered the 7th inning because that's the 7th batter. So then from here, right, Hoyt would be out in relief. I would assume Hoyt would definitely be tired. They've given up 4 runs. So this would be Shockey coming in relief against Gooch. So Gooch is 2-1. He's going to be a +1. Gooch has a chance to get a hit, or excuse me, score a run against Shockley. 4 on +1. Yep, is 1, and he is not a plus player. But folks, did I roll for Collins? I rolled for Harris. Oh, whoops, I jumped the gun. So this should be, first of all, that will count, but I skipped here Collins. So Collins is facing Sven Gross, so 0 for Collins. And he gets 1. So there we go. The Yankees, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Meanwhile, Gooch against the relief pitcher. So both of the relief pitchers are in. Right? They're both in. Technically should have been in for Dugan. I forgot, as Kramer's only got 6 innings, so he should have been in an inning before. So I just got to remember to do that. So anyway, and we're not batting now for them. We're batting for, so I would say closers should come in. We're in the 9th. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, tied up. I would say we would bring in our closer more. They were going to bring in their closer, Milius, who's a 2+. So we're going to have closers in. So it's going to be Moore, who's still a 0 hitter, but he'll get to face off against Miles. So Moore is a 0. Milhouse is a 2. So -2 for Moore to score in the bottom of the 9th. So -2. Or top of the 9th, 4. Oh, he'll fail to score. And the same thing, Moore versus Milhouse is -2. Or Milhouse. 4 is, 0. We're going into extra innings, boys. So both closers close, and we're going into 10th inning. So we're going to come back to the top. This will be the 10th. Wow, and we're going to use our relief pitchers, which would be considered, again, I don't have all the relief pitchers, but you would have the whole lineup and their ratings, or not the whole, whatever the game comes with. But again, they're going to be pretty close to these guys, 0s, 1s. So this would be back to relief pitchers, right? So here we go. Combs versus 1 will be 0. So Combs with a chance here. And 4, he is going to score a run. So Combs in the 10th will score a run. Can Wainer, 0, -1, or the game is over. And 4, he's going to score 0 plus. He's not a plus batter. He is struck out, folks. Yanks win 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 5. Yankees win the World Series 1927 4-1 on at Forbes Field on Pittsburgh's grounds. What a game. So we ended up in extra innings. We had a chance to demonstrate how you would do that. You could still use innings pitched. So when you get to, so for instance, with Kramer, when I got to the 6th man, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Lazzari should have been facing, actually he would have faced Kramer in 6. In 7, Dugan would have been facing Svengross, and Collins would have been facing Svengross, or your closer. Could have been your closer, 8 or 9. And then, of course, if we go into extra innings, same thing here. Hoyt on the 8th man was facing Harris and Gooch. Or, excuse me, Gooch would have faced Shockley. And then, of course, extra innings, you could use closer for the 9th. Right? All you have to do is remember which pitcher is matched up on that batter. And that would wrap that up. So you don't have to. You can just go right through it. Give Hoyt his shot at helping his own cause, which is only fair. He should get a chance to bat, so to speak. But you could then use your relief pitchers even in game. However, the game is designed where everybody gets their shot to produce, whoever's pitching, unless, of course, you have a DH rule going. And anyway, this turned out great. So we had a chance to see how that could work. Combs ends up facing the relief pitcher, gets a run at the top of the 10th, and unfortunately, Lloyd Wainer 0 is, I would assume, struck out. And there it is. Of course, that's a huge assumption, but struck out. Anyway, Yankees win 6-5 in extra innings, and they win the World Series in 5 games. We had 2, so let's go back and see the consistency. Game 1 was played with the full sim. Yankees won 4-2. Game 2 was played with this, the book version. Yankees win in Pittsburgh 6-5 in the 10th. Holy cow, folks. So the final game of, wait, that can't be right. This was the final game, wasn't it? No. So game 2 in Pittsburgh went into the 10th inning, and the Yankees won it 6-5 in the 10th. Oh my God. And then our 5th game of the series, Yankees win 6-5 in the 10th. Wow, so that's pretty accurate. And then we had a 7-5 game. Pirates won this one in New York. So the Pirates got their win 7-5. They had to get hot bats because the Yankees are consistent. And here, the Yankees win 6-5. Are you joking? And then here, 6-5. Holy cow. So the Yankees, consistent as hell, averaging at that point 5.8 runs a game or something. Close to it, I bet. And you got to give it up to Pittsburgh. They managed 5 runs in every game. They got 7 in this one, and they got 2 in the first one. So that's what killed the Pirates, is they could not outscore the Yankees at all in this, except for the one game. Anyway, there it is, folks. That is baseball time, a big country baseball time, the original version, using Rodney's brilliant historical teams and players, the 1927 World Series. And there you have it. So that gives people a chance to see just how the main game works. For those who want to know how the new 1.5 free full at-bat game works, just go back and check out Game 1 video. That'll walk you through how the full game engine works. And again, that's updated to version 1.5. For those who have not grabbed the new free updated rules, all it does is clarify home runs, clarify pitchers pitching beyond their fatigue. So you would have a rule for how to handle that. And of course, a simple reminder rule of how you can do pinch hitting, pinch running, etc. So I think most baseball fans will appreciate the at-bat version of the rules, where you roll for every out. And I think you're going to have a traditional 27 out 54, whatever, outs or whatever. So I think that'll be a lot more interesting for baseball diehards. I like to abstract the games because I like to get through them quickly. I like to see who's a superstar because I play fictional careers, so I want to know who the stars are. I want to know the value of this guy right here and what he's done for the team over the course of the year. So, and there you have it. And in this game, Ruth came through. Gehrig did not get anything, and Musial scored 2. If he had been a plus player, he would have had a chance to rack up a big inning. Lazari did have a chance to rack up a big inning, and unfortunately couldn't do it. But again, Murderers Row saw 1, 2, 3, 4 runs in this 6-5 game. Back here, Murderers Row saw 1, 2, 3, 4 runs out of those guys. In Game 3, Murderers Row saw 1, 2, 3 runs out of those guys, and they lost that one, by the way. In Game 2, Murderers Row produced 1, 2, 3 again, 4, and 1, 6, 5. So when the Murderers Row produces 4 more runs, the Yankees win. And the one game they produced only 3, they lost 7-5. So that's kind of fascinating. And in the first game, Murderers Row produced, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 4 runs in the 4 runs in the that game as well. So where in the Yankees Murderers Row produces 4 runs or more, they win. That is pretty dang cool. All right, everybody, have a fantastic weekend. Bye bye.